going? Right, I've just finished work and I thought, let's do a little update for YouTube because we need to do one. The last sort of videos I uploaded was about just doing a bit of side hustling, Uber Eats around Sydney and stuff. Good fun, but the majority of my work is in construction. Loz is a nurse, and if you're new to the channel, we lived in a van for about 2 years in the UK, around Europe, and now we've moved to Australia with our dog Buddy, who's in the bedroom sulking. For some reason the GoPro has decided to pack in on me. I've currently got it charged into a battery pack which is about to die. All 3 batteries seem to not hold the charge. I'm not quite sure what's going on with it, so I'm gonna have to get that sorted out before we go. Anyway, we're burnt out. Straight to the point. We are burnt out. What's been happening? So we've been working really hard. Me in construction, Loz as a nurse here in Sydney. It's got to the stage where we are just fried. We've been working like 60, 70 hour weeks. And I know a lot of people do that a lot. But it just gets to the stage where you're passing ships and all you're doing is sleeping, eating, walking the dog, go to work. And when you have got free time, you're just bloody knackered and all you want to do is just sit down. But the reason why we're doing that, the reason why we are working like that, okay, there is a reason. It's to become more financially free and to escape really this life that we're kind of doing. You've got to go through sometimes hardship, haven't you, to get to where you want to get to, and that's kind of what we've got to remind ourselves when we are feeling like this. We lived in a van before coming here and it's something that we want to continue. We're renting right now, it's great, but like I said, it's not something that we want to do long term. You know, we loved life in the van, in the bus. Was it a van, was it a bus? It was technically a minibus. We love life, you know, on the road, and that's what we're going to go back to. Although working hard, I'd rather work these sort of hours over here than the UK because the conditions are a lot better, the pay is better, but it's still, like I said, it's still knackering, it's still really tiring. Yeah, where was I? Working really hard to become financially free, so any small debts that we've got, that is quite common to have. We want to get rid of them, completely eradicate them. We are going to be buying a bus at the end of the year to move into, so we're saving money for that. And also we've got a few things that we want to try out, you know, when it comes to making money down the line that we'll need a little bit of capital for, but that's down the line. That we've got a little flat as well back in the UK that we're selling, and this was going to be the thing that was going to hurt us because it's been rented out for a while. By the way, I wouldn't buy a property and rent it out. It's not for me. I don't like it. I wouldn't advise it purely because I think it's shit. And people think you can get a lot of money from it. You can't. It's all bullshit. That is actually being sold. And now this is a big stepping stone to us buying our bus, our vehicle. I say bus, I've seen some awesome like trucks that are being converted that we might buy. I don't know. Anyway, this is a big stepping stone towards that. Now that's currently going through. So you've always got that feeling that something might happen and it might not go through. But what's happening is, obviously, there's a mortgage to pay on that. So you're paying for that. You're paying for the bills for that. Obviously, you're paying the rent for this place. You're trying to save the money. You've got other expenses that come along with it. And you've just got to work. Even doing, when we're doing all this, for me, I'm just like, I hate it. I hate working just to pay bills. And it feels at times, sometimes that's what we've had to do recently. And that's life. But it's definitely confirmed for us that, you know, it's not what you earn, it's what you owe. And that's why we're going to go on this path to just push it all to one side, get rid of it, completely get rid of anything that really ties us down, or as much as we can, and just live life much simpler. But in doing that, like I said, we are absolutely knackered, like really tired. And it's got to the stage where, you know, after moving to Australia in December, it's now August, and the full lead up before moving to Australia, where we were working, because getting our dog over here cost a lot of money. It's just got to the point where if we don't have a break now, we are just gonna, I don't know, collapse. And so that's exactly what we're gonna do. We are gonna go to Bali Monday, and fortunately as well, which even better, we're going to be going with some people that we know. I cannot wait. We just both cannot wait. I've been that busy. I think the only thing I've bought is a pair of shorts. I don't care. Just get me on the plane, get me there, and let me lie down with a beer in my hand and just relax. So that's kind of what's going on right now for us. And it's important for me to put videos on like this, just to keep people who are watching in the loop about how we're feeling, how I'm feeling, what's happening and what the plan is. Like I said, we're getting a step closer to getting a bus, and it's actually got to the stage where I've started looking now a lot more in detail at what I think would be good for us and what we want. There's a few key criterias. Aside from the whole bus thing as well, we are going through the whole visa situation. Now, this year has just been a year of things being thrown at us. Like, I'm not going to go into detail of them all, but a visa, everyone's got to sort your visa out. So, you know, we're not the only ones, but we can't apply for another year working holiday visa until next July, and ours runs out in December. The reason for that is they've upped the age limit, which means it's going to benefit us, but that doesn't start or take effect till July next year, 2024. So we're going down the route of permanent residency. Now, that's not because we want to be here permanently. I don't think we can say that, you know, we can look that far into the future and go, oh, we permanently want to live in Australia. But we want to be able to spend an amount of time here, you know, that we can without the sort of time restraints that working holiday visas put on you. And because Loz is a nurse and she's been working amazingly, doing, you know, such a great job, Australia welcomes nurses to apply for permanent residency, and hopefully that goes through. We've got to do an English test, which I can't get my head around, and also it's quite hard. I say we've got to, Loz has got to do it, because it's Loz who's applying for it and I'm jumping on her visa. That's a whole nother conversation, visas and stuff. But this is just a little update, like I said, to let you know we're burnt out, we're knackered, we're going to Bali, but we're still going to be buying a bus at the end of the year. So yeah, take it easy, and I'll see you in Bali.